Hey everyone, my name is Chris. In this video I'm gonna share tips and tricks that will drastically improve your heal beam medium gameplay, as well as give you real life examples from one of the tournament games I've personally played a few weeks ago. Let's get started. And before we go into some details and nuances, it's important to fundamentally understand your role in a team and things that you have to do as a heal beam medium. In every single game I know, support is a very feminine role, meaning that instead of trying to solo carry games on your own and fight Terra Incognita, you have to take care of your teammates, making sure that they are full health, in a good position, and always ready to apply more pressure. Heal beam medium is a very difficult role, where not only you have to completely give up your ego and stop peeking first, stop dying first, stop trying to be the carry, but also it's important to stop comparing your damage numbers, kills, deaths, assists to your teammates. You are there to enable them, not to compete with them, because when you have 3 competitors in your team, there is no glue between you and your team falls apart, because if you want to have a healthy family, you need to have a feminine figure that's taking care of the household and a masculine figure that's taking care of the outer space. If you have 2 masculine figures, it fails. If you have 2 feminine figures, it fails. So if you want to be an extraordinary heal beam medium player, instead of trying to pull the blanket on your side, you want to completely change your mindset and start looking for ways to enable your teammates. Enable your teammates with good positions of power and high ground with movement. Enable your teammates with health. Enable your teammates in a 1 versus 1 duels where you are actually healing them instead of trying to ego peek an opponent. And after you do that, you will see drastic improvements in your gameplay. One of the most common mistake I see when it comes to heal beam medium players is that they are always breaking the hierarchy and playing in front of their heavy. Not only they are putting themselves in a big risk without exchanging it for something valuable, because you literally cannot 1 versus 3 in the finals because people have shields, bubbles, natural cover, but also your heavy does not have the chance to save you outside of maybe throwing the bubble into you. So knowing that, it's very important to understand the fundamental principle, a very important one. You never go in front of your heavy. You never go in front of your heavy. I don't care if they would steal, I don't care if it's a free kill. You just need to be disciplined and always look for the back of your heavy. If you are using movement, let him go first and use his mesh shield to protect you, because this is exactly his role, and if you would go first, you're gonna get punished by the top tier players if you would want to climb higher. In ranked, you can do whatever you want, but chances that if you are watching this video, you want to climb a little higher than pathetic and useless ranked that we have right now. One of the worst things that you can do on a heal beam medium is expose yourself in a situation when you will be dead or severely wounded after taking a fight. Let's imagine the situation when you are playing heavy, medium, light composition without any additional healing outside of 5 seconds of self-heal, right? You are picking a target and he brings you to 1 HP. Right now, you are at a severe disadvantage because this game allows you to close up the distance with zip lines and jump pads super freaking fast, meaning that every piece of damage is going to be permanent in the fight. You will never be able to have the time to restore yourself. Experienced opponents are gonna ape you the second they see that you are low. Pretty much you should never peek first. You let your heavy do that, you peek with him. If the thing hits the fan, you just leave, you heal, you slow reset and start all over again. Please let go of your ego. You don't have to be the carry. No one cares if you have low damage, if every single time you are entering the fight, you are always safe, your teammates are always healthy, and you are dying last. Another very important aspect of playing a support is understanding that You have to be the last person to take damage, you have to be the last person to commit, you have to be the last person to die, because in this game you can lose everything if you wipe once. Even though you had a perfect game, 10k, 15k, both tapped, both deposited, you can still absolutely lose to a 22,000 cash out. Please do not wipe if you see that you can reliably quit the fight before thing hits the fan. You should absolutely do it. Sell your teammates if it's absolutely necessary. Play your life. Play like the most cowardest coward in the world, but you have to find value in being invisible. It is very important on a heal B medium, again, to let go of your ego. People should never even notice your presence on the map, yet you have to operate from the shadow, if that makes sense. You want to heal your teammates, you want to defeat them when necessary, you want to yoink their trophies and slow res just so you can reset fast and continue applying pressure. Because let's be honest, if you think that you will be able to have value by exposing yourself in the open and shooting players, you will never be able to become an extraordinary heal beam medium player. So how do you actually rewire your brain into following instead of trying to always solo carry? One of the best exercises that I can actually give you is when you completely give up shooting players. You can apply pressure by shooting mesh shields, bubbles, turrets, APSs, gas mines, but try not to shoot enemies. Please let your team do that. It's gonna be very difficult, especially if you have the solo carry mentality and really try to learn heal beam medium. It's going to be incredibly painful because you will see free frags that you would 100% secure for your team, but you just can't because of this stupid rule that some random YouTuber told you. But trust me, give it a few days and you will realize that your teammates are gonna be absolutely fine without you. Not only that, but they will drastically benefit. You provide them with movement, you are playing like a really proper, fundamentally correct heal beam medium. You are always behind the natural cover, waiting to heal your teammates, waiting to defib your teammates, waiting for the moment where you can be useful as a heal beam medium, not looking at your numbers, not looking at your KD, but looking at your performance in game. Oh, I saved my teammate here, we won the fight because I was able to quickly reset and we were able to apply pressure constantly. These are the signs of you being an extraordinary player, not some another screenshot where you got 10,000 damage, 20 kills and telling that your heavy player is terrible. Of course he's gonna be terrible because not only you are doing his job for himself, but he can't be you. He cannot heal, he does not have abilities to heal, but he can do your job and you can do yours, and your team is gonna become absolutely extraordinary because of that. Or you can try to be an idiot and solo carry your games on a heal beam, but that's just an absolute waste. So when after a few days of practice like this, you will finally realize that your positioning has drastically improved, you can start reintroducing shooting opponents, and you will quickly realize that AK is just a superior option, because with Scar you won't be able to shoot mesh, bubble reliably, turrets, APS, you won't be able to target switch, and it's just gonna become very ugly. So AK and double movement and defibrillator are going to be your best friends with your build. Because at some point, every single heal beam medium understands that the value does not come from one-clipping players, the value does not come from getting flashy kills, the value comes from the situations where your heavy player was 1 HP and would have died million times out of million times, but you were there to save him, you were there to back him up, and when he feels that you are supporting him, that when he feels like you are there for him, he is gonna shine and become an extraordinary player. Thank you very much for watching, see you next time.